wants plastic in the ocean, here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That song can be identified by several different groups. Those people who are fans of Living Color and those people who are fans of Wrestlemania, and they're both right. 424-645-5685. Several things to talk about today. Starter Hemi text line, Honda Lincoln Hotline. Again, you can follow the live video streams. Rico, what hour is this?
This, my friends, is the fastest hour in sports radio. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's your pain level? You're probably used to hearing this from your medical professional rather than a DJ, but when it comes to the internet, having an inconsistent and unreliable connection can be serious pain in the asterisk. Luckily, there's a cure. Switch to Allo for 100% fiber optic internet that you can count on. Call Allo today at 402-480-6550 or chat with them online at allofiber.com.
Fastest hour on one of the bigger sports weekends, Final Four for both men's and women's, baseball, softball, all in full form, some national tournaments and bowling regionals and all those things that are happening that we'll talk about. But I want to ask you, Rico. So of course, as I spoke to in old school, flying into DC. They told us it was going to be a bumpy ride because of all the thunderstorms that we were fighting through. Mm-hmm. And then when I finally landed, now, first of all, the landing was sideways.
Were they trying to level it out while they were getting...
Yeah, it was legitimately one of those where you got really comfortable with the person next to you because the plane was just throwing you across one another. Mm-hmm. Now, here, let me rant for a second.
This is your show.
Let me rant for a second because we now understand that people are just self-indulgent narcissists, right? That everything is about their level of importance and level of place. If you're going to travel in this day and age, there are a couple of things that you need to accept. One, you're going to have to wear a mask, so just buckle up and put the mask on. Matter of fact, you can't buy the ticket without acknowledging that you're going to have to wear the mask. Just put the mask on and deal with it. But this goes past that, and it goes deeper and further back than that. So there are those people who get on a plane and know that they aren't supposed to recline their seat, right? Like they know.
There's not enough room.
Right? That as soon as they get, they tell you, as soon as you get on the plane, they tell you, you got to have seat backs up. Right? And then they force because they feel like they're not beholden to the rules. The rules don't apply to them.
Nah, I do what I want.
Right. Like I need to put the seat back. And then the young lady will come through and say, "Excuse me, sir, can you put your seat back up?" And then the guy hems and haws at him. Well, that dude was sitting next to me last night. Right. And he, first of all, the rules didn't apply. He was on his phone. He didn't want to put him on airplane mode. He didn't want to put the seat back up. He didn't want to put the mask on. And
wow.
He
was like, everything.
Oh, like he was everything. And I reach a point where like I'm like, you do you, bro. I'm gonna lean against the window. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just leave me alone. But he's so loud and it's so obnoxious and there's so many things, right? Where this person is just making it difficult for anybody to get any peace and rest, right? You don't want to have to deal with it. So at what point, Rico, do you say something?
Honestly, probably like right away. I'm
Right?
not trying to deal with that.
Right? Like the whole time.
I gotta do my best to not go Will Smith.
Right? Like you reach that point where literally everything they're asking him to do. So then he gets
It's not
up.
hard.
Well, when they're doing the beverage service, right? And they tell you, we'll keep the aisle clear so we can get people their drinks in the short term. Of course, he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. Now he wants to go up in first class, go to the bathroom.
Sir, if you want to use the first class bathroom, buy a first class ticket.
Like, I don't understand why this is so difficult for people to just do the things that you've acknowledged need to be done and that everybody else accepts. Right? Like, just to go through and be a decent human and not make everybody else's experience so negative because you're kind of a jerk.
Mhm.
So you go through all that, and then of course it gets bumpy and they tell everybody to put seatbelts on. So of course, he doesn't have a seatbelt on. And so
You don't know Bumpy, I know Bumpy.
right.
You can't tell me what to do.
So he puts it on. Like he so she comes by and says, "Sir, you have to buckle up your seatbelt." Big huge sigh, big huge, what a disrespect to ask him to put on a seatbelt
How
that
dare you
everybody
use
else has
my
put on.
safety?
Right? Like that everybody else has put on. And so it's okay, fine. So then she looks down at his phone. She's like, "Sir, that needs to be on airplane mode." He goes, "It is." She goes, "No, it's not, because I can see what you're doing on your phone." So no, it's not on air. Well, why does it matter? It's not bothering anybody else. Well, no, but there are the rules. So, right. So literally every rule that he could break, he's breaking these rules. And it becomes just so finally we land. Right. And his phone's going off from the moment he can get reception to this thing, right? Like he's getting and then of course he answers his phone.
How did you make it through this flight without murdering someone?
I this is why I'm venting, because I was carried because how you see the meme of the guy who just his hand just balls up, right? And he's just
Yeah,
like
you had that Arthur fist going on.
right, and it's just like do not Will Smith this. Do not Will Smith. So we finally land, right? And then listen, I'm gonna say this for anybody that's traveling, anybody that's never traveled, anybody that's always traveled. The rules of engagement are this: the front of the plane goes first. Real simple, from front to back.
Yeah.
Real simple. At no point can you Superman your way into the front from the middle of the plane.
I mean, you can, you shouldn't.
Well, no, you can't, because literally people were there. Like, so for you to jump up and sprint into the pile, right? Like we understand, just be patient, right? Like the door's not even open, and you're like Supermaning yourself, trying to teleport yourself to the front of the line. This is like, and the rules don't apply. So finally, somebody, and there's an angel, and she was 2 rows ahead of him, and he tried to wiggle kind of Johnny Rogers his way through the line, right, to get an advantage.
Try to hit somebody with a
right, and then finally, 2 rows up, the young lady looks at him and says, "Do you mind?" And he goes, "Well, I'm trying to get off the plane." And she goes, "As opposed to everybody else? Like, what makes you more important than everybody else?" And then the stewardess, right? Stewardess finally says, airline attendant says, "Listen, can everybody just take their seats again?" So of course, then you get the harumph pool, right? Everybody on the plane harumphs this guy. because he's well. We get off the plane, and he is, of course, has a bag that he needs to pick up that he checked before. And as he's standing in line, in unison, as he starts to walk through to get in line to get his bag from there, he got booed. He got booed. He got booed. Like it was chef's kiss. I was just like, I see you, God. I see you, God.
Beautiful. Totally necessary.
Oh, so listen, if you're going to travel, just chill out. Just chill out. You don't have to be everything all the time, the entire flight. And I am proud of myself. And then there's another question I have for you. So as soon as I got my bag and I get out, we get the emergency alert on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please take cover. Tornado warning.
I can't.
Not a plane.
I'm literally in the least amount of cover possible.
Like I'm in a tin box, right?
This is a terrible situation to be in.
10 box, right? Like that.
I'm in a magical tin thing that somehow flies through the air. I can't do anything about this.
Literally the thing that will conduct.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're screwed. I mean, at least it can fly, right? So you were spinning around.
Right, like and then so I get the bag, and then I'm walking out, and so I get into an Uber to go to the hotel, and the alarm's going off the whole time. And then I look to my right, and off in the distance, it is a thunder and lightning disco party. It is like you can hear the bass, boom, 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 boom. Then the lightning. I'm like, it's drumline. Like this is spectacular.
It's beautiful.
And then at any moment, I expect a Wicked Witch to be riding by on her bike as the tornado. And I'm going, I think I need to go hide. So we get to the hotel. The hotel's like there's one lady, and she goes, well, we're supposed to go to the basement. Do you want to go? Sure. Take me to the basement of the hotel.
No, actually, ma'am, I was thinking I would like the penthouse now.
Just let's go to the basement. So the first 90 minutes is just pure joy. And I've just I'm just going, man, this better be a good weekend, because this is I'm going through
Great
all
start.
of this. Right? Like if this is a good start, man, it was tough. But so a few just reminders along the way. Don't be that guy. Just don't be the guy that has to break every rule.
Never be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And then, tornado watches. Yay. Now, when you get the alert, are you a go to the basement guy, or are you I'm just going to hang out wherever I am and take whatever this tornado is going to do guy?
My wife fancies herself a storm chaser of sorts.
Gotcha.
Luckily, with the children, we have not been driving to storms as often as we had before. Actually, we haven't done it with the children, but the last time that there was a tornado in Lincoln, we, until it got like serious and like we saw like the wind was blowing things by our patio, we just sat there and looked outside. We walked outside. It was when we just had Ellie and we were just standing there, and it was like, it's far enough away, like we'll be fine. And then we're sitting there, we're like, it's getting like yellow and like dark, and then the wind like stopped, and we're like, yeah, it's time to go to the storm shelter now. But for the most part, we're just like, we're fine.
I just like I've heard having been through a couple there in Lincoln, like that people are serious about getting to the storm shelter. It's like, like we need to get there. But I had a sneaky suspicion that you were not that person.
No, not until like I need to.
But then it's too late.
Because that's what my in Omaha with my grandma and my mom, like we're just like, they're like, oh, we have to get in the basement, but at the same time we're like, Yeah, we'll keep watching the news.
Yeah, because that's more important.
I'm like, yeah, it's fine. When they do, if they let us know, if they're like, hey, like tornado imminent, get to your basement. So we're like, okay, I guess we'll get to the basement now.
No, you're going to use
They're like,
it.
tornado, I think, what is it? Watch is the first one. Warning is when it's there.
Warning, it's there. So
yeah, so if it's a tornado watch, we're like, it's fine, whatever. And then they're like, tornado warning. We're like, okay, but where?
Yeah, but you're the couple that needs. So we're tracking this tornado, and it is directly above Rico's house. So Rico should, and then
I guess we should.
Yeah, at that point,
I guess.
Uber. Oh man.
But we were fine.
Yeah, there's too much of it, right? There's too much of the stuff going on. Couple of things. So we'll find out whether Tiger's gonna, through his practice, whether he feels worthy or capable or able to play at the Masters. That'll be spectacular. I'm sure the ticket office pool will have Tiger as a wild card that people can pick.
I wonder how many people will pick Tiger, because I know Jake's gonna do his little thing with his paper and you circle it, and Masters pool, whatever. I wonder how many people actually pick Tiger.
Everybody. Nobody wants to be left out of the party. It's Tiger party.
Because if you don't pick Tiger and he ends up like winning or getting like top 5, then you look like an idiot.
Yeah. It's a Tiger party. Like, it's Tiger's world. Everybody else just living in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Tiger, but
yeah, I mean that's how that works. I mean, that's
almost necessary.
Oh well. Do you have the men's and women's softball, baseball schedules available to you so we can go over?
I can pull it up extremely quickly because I was just looking at it.
It is in fact a like I said, the busy weekend. My buddies immediately start texting, well, hey, you're in town, so we get to watch Wrestlemania together. And there's two days of Wrestlemania this year.
2
2 days. And I was trying to, like this is nice, right? That of the 2 days, I'm kind of good with the way they laid it out. And then I do want to go through and find 10 of the greatest WrestleMania matches ever. 10.
That's going to be more of a you thing. I'm not.
I'm just going to go through. I think some of them will spark some response from you.
Maybe we'll see.
Not all of them will, but some of them will.
Yeah. So I have softball and baseball. Which one do you want first?
Softball.
Softball. They are home against Rutgers. First game today at 5:30. Okay. Second game tomorrow at 1. I plan on being there with my family on the Saturday one. And then Sunday, noon, also Rutgers. Three game series against Rutgers, who I believe only has 12 losses on the season.
Yeah, this is a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, one of their players, I was looking up stats the other day. I think one of their players is in the top 20 in batting average, which the batting averages this year in softball are I think there's somebody batting like 600. Like, I don't know what's happening. It's wild.
Yeah, it's and there are certain people that aren't getting pitched to at all.
Yeah.
So whatever number of bats you have is what you're going to finish the season with, because they're not going to pitch to you at all.
It's like, yeah, no, you're not getting a hit. Not today.
No. And then for the baseball guys,
baseball is at Ohio State in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. Today, their first game is at 5:05, Saturday at 2:05, Sunday at 12:05. And all 6 games, softball and baseball, you can watch on BTN, Big Ten Plus.
Okay.
Which
and what does baseball does it become critical?
I think it is.
Like now, they've got to get it together, right?
Yeah, you're 1-3 in the 1-2 in the conference. You're under 500. You need to start winning.
Yeah.
If you could, you don't have to sweep everybody, but you need to win multiple series in a row. Series. Too many S's. You need to win multiple series.
Yeah.
You need to take 2 or 3, maybe get a couple sweeps, but you need to get on your horses and figure it out, because being under 500 and starting off with a losing record in the conference, honestly, the only way you can probably make the NCAA tournament now is if you win the Big Ten. I think you have too many losses out of conference.
That kind of urgency might be what's required.
Probably.
Kind of do that. And then bowling next week, I believe they start on Friday. Rochester, New York.
Sunny Rochester.
Wow, just gray and brown. Have you been to Rochester? Have you been to Rochester?
No. I've been to New York twice, and we were in Brooklyn both times because that's where my dad's family lives.
Yeah, Rochester's a different place entirely, but it is. So Dayton, Ohio, is the darkest, grayest, gray brown city in America. Like
shout out Dayton.
Almost as if mud was a sky pattern, right? Just
wow.
Like gray and brown at the same time all the time.
Sounds beautiful.
All the time. Rochester, I spent several like blocks of 10, 12 days there. And it's just, you want to sleep.
It's just gray and cloudy and sad.
You just want to nap and not do anything and be productive. You just want to like, okay, whatever. I'm getting up to feed myself, and then I'm checking out, and it's that way
all day.
It's just you just go, wow. Rochester.
If you ever need a getaway where you just want to sleep, go to Rochester.
Go to it said what the comedian says. If they call you and tell you you only have 30 days to live, move to Rochester because it feels like a lifetime. Every day feels like a lifetime.
Shout out Rochester.
Yeah, every day feels like as the actual phrase he used was freaking eternity.
Yeah.
Every day feels like a freaking eternity. Shout out to Anthony Clark, comedian. So good stuff. All right, so I'm going to go through. We'll the break. One, I want to talk about the actual WrestleMania card, and then the top 10 moments in WrestleMania history. I'll go through. I'm going to piss some people off. I'm just going to upset you. I understand that because I'm going to leave your moment off, and I'm sorry, but 10 moments out of 37 WrestleManias. It's not easy to do, but I'm going to try to do it next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey Culligan, that's a flag on my water for flagrant foul taste.
Ooh, that's a tough one, ref, but the solution is a Culligan Smart RO drinking water system that reduces up to 58 contaminants, making your water safer and delicious.
Yeah, I guess I missed that call.
And with the Culligan Connect app, you always know when your filters need changing.
The water's up and it's good.
Good call, ref, and we're already on the way.
Try a Colligan water softener for just $9.95 per month. Go to ColliganLincoln.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Increasing cloud cover expected by later this afternoon, and we should see some scattered rain showers move in by late in the day. We'll top out near 64 southeast winds, 15 to 25. A lingering chance of showers early tonight, then clearing with a low of 34. A beautiful Saturday on the way, mostly sunny with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Why do I like blue bloods? Here's why. If you're successful over time, that's the true test. And in my lifetime, North Carolina basketball, Kansas basketball, Duke basketball in my lifetime has almost always been good. I mean, all 3 of them. I mean, it's reliable, and they should be good because they put so much energy into it.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gums. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Coppell gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Back to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, we like that. That's a Friday jam right there. A little fire. We like it. Like it. Well done, Rico. That's a mood setter. WrestleMania. Yeah, it's good stuff. WrestleMania, 402-464-5685. Give me your top WrestleMania match moment. You guys can make sure that I cover the bases. And there's tons, right? This is the 38th WrestleMania.
It's a lot of WrestleManias.
That's a lot. I mean, think about that, Rico. It's 38. It's older than you are.
It's 10. There have been 10 more WrestleManias than I have been alive for.
It is older than you are, and the very first one really was pretty interesting because again, it took a whole lot of you got to have some forward thinking and some creative thinking to think that this thing would become what it's been. This week, it's 2 days. Starts Saturday. So go through this because I just kind of want to get myself in the right space. The feature is Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Now,
is that the main event the first day or the second day?
That's the main event Saturday night.
Okay.
Right? So they're going to open. They get several different matches. I'm not especially excited about Saturday, other than the fact that you're going to have, so the match you're going to have the Usos against Shinsei. That's going to be okay. Then you have New Day versus Sheamus, and that'll be all right. Seth Rollins has a mystery opponent. And
I
so
do love mystery opponents.
Right. So it's mystery opponents, and people have gone the full range of everything from The Rock coming in to it being Cody Rhodes from the past. Just tons of who could it be, right? Some folks
Hardy
said,
Boys
yeah,
again.
yeah, like it's WrestleMania. It's like, some people said, well, Kurt Angle would make a great one. Like, could be Dean Ambrose.
What's Kurt Angle doing?
Right, like whatever Kurt Angle wants, because he's an American hero, doggone it.
What a gold medal with a broken back.
Broken neck, right?
Right. Broken neck, my
bad. Yeah. So,
wild.
Yeah, and then Sunday, of course, the match of all matches: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
It's a lot of muscle.
Yeah, Edge is there. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens is wrestling. He's hosting. He's doing his show segment with Stone Cold, which means stunner and beers can be expected there. Pat McAfee, the announcer and former kicker, is getting his in-ring debut at WrestleMania against Austin Theory. Johnny Knoxville is going to be wrestling.
Is Gronk back to wrestle?
Huh?
Is Gronk back to wrestle?
No. But Johnny Knoxville is going to wrestle. He's going to wrestle Sami Zayn. So it's that kind of circus that's going to go on, and of course, Miz is bringing in his crew. Logan Paul's coming in. So your reaction is my reaction.
Whatever.
Your reaction is my reaction.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul. I care less about the Pauls.
I'm so done.
I'm mad that just saying their names, like, you get people that are like, "Ooh, I have to watch it." No, they're dumb. Stop.
Yeah, it's I'm done with anything Paul-ish. So that's there. I'm going to give you 10 WrestleMania moments of I think the ones that
are yours.
These are mine. And it crosses over. And I hate to put several people in several times, but you have to.
Look, it's necessary. It doesn't matter if it's the same person. If it's a great moment, it's a great moment.
Yeah. Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 6. Where basically nobody in the crowd knew who to root for.
Yeah.
They didn't know who to root for. But ultimately, this was the passing of the guard from Hogan, the Hogan era, to the Ultimate Warrior era, but which turned out to be great, but the era was terrible. The handover was great. The passing of the torch just didn't
work.
Warrior wasn't ready for what was going to be required of him after that. So it was a little bit nuts, and there's that. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Right? The moment where Shawn knows he's got it, like, this is it. The end of Flair's career. Of course it wasn't, but it was. Because Flair will never retire. So, I appreciate the discussion. But Chin Music, I'm sorry. I love you. Even in the pen, he's whispering nothings in the Ric Flair's ear. But exceptional. Undertaker finally losing to Brock Lesnar.
That was definitely on mine.
Right, like that.
You thought it would never happen,
right? And then the guy who's made a whole new, the guy who had to quit his job, the black guy with the big eyes, who was the guy that they used for every clip. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Pretty cool. For me, Kofi Kingston beating Daniel Bryan and winning the championship. Like, shout out to the two little dudes putting on a great show. And they finally paid off Kofi for a lifetime of what he did. Mike Tyson with Shawn Michaels. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was a great and grand acknowledgement, right, of all that. I want to throw one in. There's a kind of a battle royal in this one where they included like William the Refrigerator Perry and Bill Fralick, and like they had just a bunch of athletes come in and participate in this.
Mhm.
Probably one of my favorite moments. The Rock versus Hogan, where they stole each other's moves and mimicked one another, and pretty good because this was Hollywood Hogan. This was not Hulk Hogan, so they didn't know what they were going to do. Hogan and the Giant, again, the slam that almost wasn't. The end of Andre's career, where Andre knew that he was done, but Hogan, the backstory was Hogan wasn't sure that Andre was going to let him win. Well,
the thing is with Andre, like, if he decides that he wants to win, he's going to win.
That was the thing, right? And there were things that, like, Andre had a rule. There were only certain people. I think Andre was slammed 3 times in his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody needed permission. Like, you weren't going to slam Andre without his permission. It just wasn't going to happen.
No.
But that's an all-timer, right? That's an all-timer. There's a ladder match with Shawn Michaels and the late great Razor Ramon, which was kind of the coronation of the ladder match as being a unique and showcase kind of match.
The ladder match is terrifying.
It's just like, I don't. So Rico, how much money would they have to pay you to be hit with ladders, to have to jump off a ladder onto another ladder? How much money would it take?
Too much.
Right?
Too
Like,
much.
how much would it take?
There wouldn't be enough, because the thing is with the ladders, if you fall and you don't fall correctly, like, there's so much that can go wrong. Like, there's holes in the ladder. You fall, your leg gets stuck, it lands an awkward way, like, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, I do. I want to know how much money would it take? Like, how much do they pay? And while we do this, can you Google how much the wrestlers are going to make this year at WrestleMania?
Okay. I think I would need at the very least 5 zeros.
Right. Like, I mean,
5 zeros.
Right.
A number with 5 zeros after it.
One of the great ones, Stone Cold versus The Rock, at WrestleMania 17. They did the thing. They were so good together that it was impressive. One of my favorite ones was Owen Hart versus Bret Hart, where the two brothers beat each other up for 60 minutes, and that some of the family business actually came out. There was some taunting going on between the two wrestlers during the match. So there was that. Number 2, Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Savage. Those were 2 of the best in-ring performers in there at the same time at their peak, and they put on a show like nobody's business. There's that. And then the Bret Hart versus Stone Cold just brawl. 2 of the best at the top of their game doing their thing. So what will the wrestlers make this weekend, Rico?
Right now I'm looking it up. It's hard. There's so many from different years, but so right now this year, at least, Brock Lesnar makes a guaranteed purse of $1 million, including everything payouts for merchandise, pay-per-view sales, and image video rights. But that's
$1 million payday.
Yeah, that's him. I don't know about anybody else though.
$1 million payday.
Oh, here we go. So Roman Reigns will make a guaranteed $500,000. Becky Lynch $350K, Bianca $50K, Rey Mysterio $200, The Miz $300K, Logan Paul $1 million.
He is constant, right?
Yeah. The Usos, $50K each.
Just $50K.
Yep. Kofi Kingston, $100K. Sheamus, $250K. Seth Rollins, $500K. Charlotte, $300K. Ronda Rousey, $500K. A lot of these are only pay-per-view money. Ronda's was contract terms and pay-per-view money share. Logan Paul's was celebrity contract for main event. So, yeah, I think so. Lesnar and Logan Paul are making the most at $1 million. And a decent amount of 500Ks. Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley,
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton.
What's Orton?
500K. Those are the 500K people. Yeah.
For one night's work.
I'd take. Look, 500K for a ladder match. I bet. Bet. I'm good. You can smack me with a ladder for 500K.
I don't know.
Now, if you included a cage and you wanted me to be thrown off of said cage,
well, Mick Foley
we're
did.
We're gonna have to update.
Well, Mick Foley did that, right? That he had the match.
Well,
he had two
crazy
matches.
man.
Well, Mick Foley had several matches. So the match with Edge was just remarkable, where he was thrown through a fiery table and actually caught on fire. Right?
Yeah.
He actually caught on fire. And then there was one with against The Rock where they had agreed that there would be two chair shots, so 2 chairs to the head, and then for some reason, Rock just kept going. And he just kept hitting him, and he took 5 chair shots, and they had to put stitches in like right there on the spot, and it was just. And then the one where Undertaker threw him off the top of the building, off the top of the cage,
onto the announcer's table.
Yeah, onto the announcer's table. How much is that? Like,
I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
How much money would it take for them to say, "Hey, we're going to throw you off the table"?
You're going to throw me off the cage onto the table?
Yeah. Like Rachel would say, "Here's how much we need."
Rachel would pay to watch that.
She would negotiate that for you.
She'd be like, "You know what? Yes, throw him off of the cage."
Oh man!
I think that would be not quite $1 million, but over 500K.
But that's when Rachel would have a sign going, "Remember when I asked you to?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just to throw those dishes you didn't wash.
Remember when you said
this is for all those dirty diapers you didn't clean.
She's there like John Cusack.
Like, remember that time you said you were going to give me a large Diet Dr. Pepper and you got me a Diet Coke? This is why you're going to throw off his cage.
All of it, and she's negotiating with Roman Reigns to throw Rico off.
And then she would laugh, and then she would check on me because she loves me. But then as soon as she finds out that I'm okay, she'd be like, "Okay, do it again."
You can hit him with it. No, she would hand him the chair to hit you with. That's when
she she would grab the chair she's sitting on and toss it to him.
She'd give a pro chair.
Use this. I don't need to sit.
He must pay, and he must pay now.
Yeah, and Ellie would be laughing.
Yeah,
like, Daddy's silly.
Daddy's silly. And Rico's there, like Daddy's dying.
Help me!
That your child won't help you instead.
Daddy's silly.
That's kind of the right way to approach it. That's why you have a special family, indeed. Ray, I agree with you. I have no idea how Logan Paul is making more than Roman Reigns.
It's he gets the celebrity, like they have to pay him a certain amount.
You got Johnny Knoxville. Like Johnny Knoxville's there. He's not making $1 million.
Yeah, but Johnny Knoxville's doing it because he probably has always wanted to. And Logan Paul is just in it for the money.
Well, okay, so then I'll ask you that, ponder that then. The Logan Paul factor or the Johnny Knoxville factor. If you could be in WrestleMania, but you're just going to get beat up, would you do it?
Depends on who's beating me up.
For free.
Depends on who's beating me up.
We'll think about that. I'll come up with a few names. You tell me whether you would do it or not.
Okay.
We'll close out one-on-one here after the break.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Increasing cloud cover expected by later this afternoon, and we should see some scattered rain showers move in by late in the day. We'll top out near 64 southeast winds, 15 to 25. A lingering chance of showers early tonight, then clearing with a low of 34. A beautiful Saturday on the way, mostly sunny with a high of 62. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrill, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship, May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's a check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues. But things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Stars take on the Sioux City Musketeers this Saturday night at the Icebox. Cheap tickets, big goals, and plenty of ice-cold beer. Puck drop is at 6:05 as Lincoln continues their playoff push. Go to LincolnStars.com for tickets. That's LincolnStars.com. The Stars battle the Tri-City Storm for a Sunday afternoon tilt at the Icebox. Bring pre-packaged underwear to toss over the glass after Lincoln's first goal. All underwear will be donated to local kids in need at Foster Care Closet. Get your tickets to Sunday's game at LincolnStars.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There is a funkier. There's a funkier version with more bass. That's what I. All right, Rico. So you get the phone call today, and they say, "Hey, Logan Paul's out, but we think you're a star."
I know I'm a star.
Well, but this is the first time they say you're a star.
Oh, well, thank you.
So we have an opportunity for you to be in WrestleMania, be a part of WrestleMania, but you don't get paid for it.
Okay.
All right. You're saying yes, right?
It can lead to bigger and better opportunities. So yeah, depending. I'm asking who I'm wrestling. Who is beating me up?
Brock Lesnar.
I don't want to die. Who is beating me up?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I'd consider it. There is a very distinct height advantage.
Brock Lesnar is going to F5 you 3 times.
I could do that. I've been F5'd in the basement on a wrestling with my cousin and some of my friends. It's fine.
Brock Lesnar is going to hit you in the head with a chair.
I can do that.
You're going to take the chair shot.
I can do that.
Okay. They're going to slam you through the announcer's table.
No. No. If the 2 things not happening, the announcer's table and a power bomb. 3. Brock Lesnar's not getting on the top rope. Do not do that.
Right? Like,
no, that's not happening. That's not happening. You're not getting on the top rope. You're not throwing me through an announcer's table, and you're not power bombing me. Not with those muscles.
Yeah,
not with my back.
I just think, yeah, like if I didn't have pins in my back, I'm like, okay, like tell me what we're gonna do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Like I'm down. The rest of it's fine.
Okay, all right. So I just want to tell folks today's a special day of the ticket. Rashawn on the Captain Show has got a good one. Johnny the Jet, man, he got Rogers. It's going to be a great show. Kudos to him for getting it, and you guys are going to have some fun. So do not go ahead and spread the word. Let folks know, hey, Jet's going to be on the ticket. He and Rashawn, I'm sure, are going to have a great conversation. Rico, are you going to hang around there, or are you going to let Nick kind of run that one?
Nick's got it. I got a lot of other stuff I got to get done.
I understand. Well, yeah, I'm excited for the listeners to be able to have this. And I'm gonna go down to Pentagon. Yeah, go down to Pentagon.
You give me something from Pentagon?
What do you want?
I don't know, and not really for me, but for Rachel.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll come up with something. How about that? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Something cool. And then I'm going over to the Washington Commanders store. What?
You're gonna get all swagged out.
Yeah, I'm slightly.
Candy store. Is Betsy with you?
No.
Oh no!
I'm going unsupervised to the Washington Commanders store.
Anyways, DP did own the station, and then ran out of money.
Oh, unsupervised to the Commanders store. What and the National store? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? All right, guys.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance